What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Trading Crypto live stream. Let's all get nice and comfortable and chart some coins tonight. You know what? BTC actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to look today. We actually bounced off the support at 37.50 and broke above the resistance at 38.82 right now. We're kind of in the middle of no man's land. We still are on the downtrend since March 28th, but the Fed meetings, I believe, do start tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. And from what I've been told, usually after the Fed meetings, we tend to rise. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Believe it or not, we actually have been in an uptrend since the beginning of this year. I know it has not seemed like that for the longest time, but we still are in an uptrend on Bitcoin this entire year of 2022. I know altcoins are getting wrecked right now. Personally, I believe it's a good buying opportunity if you can afford it. That's not financial advice. Wait for some more people to join in. I'll just start chopping up Bitcoin, seeing what's going on here. Yeah, even right here, we're just battling it out between the 786 and 618 area on this uptrend. Fed meeting comes out tomorrow, and not usually, from what I've seen, it's usually a day or so after is when we start reversing after the Fed meetings, and it looked like it played out pretty much every time after the Fed meetings. So let's keep an eye on the next day or two on Bitcoin. It actually looks like we're consolidating pretty good between these two. If we get stuck between this downtrend and uptrend, that could be the pop, and this is where the Fed meeting's at, so they both kind of tie up evenly. Music's too loud. Yes, sir. How's it sound now? Messing with a couple of my settings because last couple of live streams I've been having some technical issues. So with that, we'll get into Filecoin. I haven't even looked at Filecoin today. I know yesterday I said it could recover massively. Let's see if I was actually correct on that or not. Yikes. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer here so we can just get a deep dive on this. So Filecoin is clinging on to the 0.5 for dear life. We did wick all the way down to 175. I know I said we'd see a reverse up to 17 here, and I still think that's the case. I still think we're just hovering around 14.75. But believe it or not, I still think Filecoin's a really, really good price to get in right now. Being this close to the all-time low, MACD looks like it's about ready to flip bullish. The RSI indicator here says it's a great opportunity to buy, and the RSI is about ready to flip and start heading up. And just judging by this RSI look, it's about to cross over right here, and that's going to initiate a bullish momentum. I think soon we're going to start seeing Filecoin work its way back up to this main resistance area and inevitably head back up towards 17 cents or $17. So this might be your last chance to get into Filecoin before it shoots up to $17. In my personal opinion, it's looking pretty good. Yeah, that's a nasty drop on the MACD. Look at that. But look, it recovered quick, and we're about ready to cross over and flip bullish. Imagine if we had this on the green side. So we had the big red drop on the MACD. Imagine the big green side would bring us all the way back up to $19. And the RSI is still indicating a good buying opportunity. So if I want Filecoin, I'd buy personally. But the price we need to really keep an eye on is the 382 right here at 1550. Like I said last time, it's pretty much the half dollars we need to keep an eye on. 1550, 1650, and then 1750. If we get over 1750, I think that's all she wrote, and we're back up to 19 and heading back up. And if you're a long-term holder, you're going to look back on this day and be like, remember when Filecoin went to its all-time low here? Man, I wish I would have bought more. I know we've all done that already to quite a few other coins, and here's your one opportunity to buy the absolute, not absolute bottom, I don't want to say that, the lowest low of a coin. So we'll get to VXV. VXV is still having a hard time with this downtrend. Okay, one sec. Okay, let's get into VXV real quick. VXV is actually coming up to test this downtrend, so I'd keep an eye on that. RSI just flipped between good opportunity to buy. Not saying it's a bad opportunity. The RSI is back over 30. MACD did flip bullish back here on May 1st. Usually, you guys peek out on the MACD. It looks like recently at the 0.2. We're currently at, I'm going to unhide these so I can see it. We're currently at the 0.2 right now. So, judging by past history, which history doesn't repeat, but history rhymes very, very well. It's kind of looking like, to me, we're going to get rejected at this downtrend. But, I mean, you could say that the entire downtrend, eventually we're going to have to break it, and this is going to be invalid. So, let's just keep an eye on where we're at right now. You can see we stopped at the very bottom of the support channel at 160. If we break over 160, I'd keep an eye on the 786 at 165. But RSI's definitely set the run. The MACD, though, looks like it wants to retrace. So we're having a kind of a battleground here. And if you look in the past, usually when the MACD is green, after the MACD's green, we start going back down on the RSI. Which, if we're going by the indicators and just going by the technical, by the TA of it, and how Bitcoin's going right now, it's looking like it's going to get rejected and head back down to the support. And then hopefully that next bounce is going to be the one that breaks you over. Just looking at this right now, I don't think we'll be breaking over it on this attempt. I think we're actually going to be heading back down to 145. And then I think that would be a good setup for us to make another run at it. I mean, I want to be bullish on every coin I chart, but I got to keep it real. MACD is a little high compared to the past history of it. RSI is reset. But what's really going to be the factor is if we break over 160. Keep an eye on 160. But like I said, you break above this resistance, you have a downtrend, a 786, and another main resistance to get over. So personally, what I think would actually break us out of this is if the MACD retraced and we just even flatlined at 0, and if the RSI was at 0, and then we start seeing the MACD become green again. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen here. MACD drops down to 0, RSI dips a little bit down into the green, and then I think we'll start running back up to the 786 on VXV. But for the time being, I think VXVs are to get rejected at this downtrend, head back down to the support, and that could be our next run. Can anyone else have problems not hearing me? If you can hear me, give me a 1 2 1 2. If you can hear me clearly, type in moon juice. What up, what up, what up? So what was that coin that was ripping today on Coinbase that people were talking about in the Discord? Started with the P. I'd like to look at that one. What's that one called? Maybe I'll show it on here. Maybe I'll show it on here. If we go to CoinMarketCap, refresh that. Let me try moving the mic a little bit closer. PLU, yeah, PLU was the one that rocketed. Let's check that out. Was there a catalyst that caused that to happen, or what? Why can't this happen to my PBX coin? Yeah, we're only up 77.9 right now, 1402. Man, $32 4 years ago, all-time low of 33 years ago. But man, we absolutely shot up today on PLU. Yeah, let's dive into that thing. Yeah, I always keep those, like, I think that was like the lowest market cap with the lowest amount of circulating coins on Coinbase. And I don't know why I didn't buy into that, especially being on a major exchange like Coinbase. That's what intrigues me about Hakka, and that's massively oversold. MACD is off the charts. Looks like last time I charted this back on March 30th. Looks like I had one of the two predictions right. Let's go clear this up so we can start fresh. What did we do? If you would have bought yesterday and sold the top, you would have made 181%. That's absolutely insane. So it broke market structure right now, so it's going to be very hard to draw fibs and do a TA on it. But just judging by the indicators right now, I would definitely expect a retracement. So if we go to the close, as of right now, it's validating, or it's respecting the close and not the wick. So we're to go off the close right now. For the time being, MACD is off the charts. We are absolutely oversold to the max at 84. We wicked right to the 236. This has to cool down soon, guys. I personally would not be buying into this coin right now. I'd be waiting for a retracement. Unless there was some sort of massive catalyst that came out that said, hey, this is the next gold rush or whatever. I haven't looked into any of the information or anything like that that caused this. Hey, what's good, Craig? Long time no see. Glad you made it. Oh, just so everyone's aware, I did unlock memberships for my channel. So if you guys want to support my channel, you can head over to the main homepage. $5.99 a month. You get custom logos in the chat, custom a lot of custom stuff, a lot of benefits with that. You get priority and charting requests and stuff. So look into that. It'd be a great opportunity to support this channel. But for the time being on PLU, I would keep an eye on the 382 retracement personally at 161 for a retracement. But we absolutely ran right here. We're off the charts, and inevitably we're going to have to come back down. We definitely were at the Moon Juice Factory for a while down here, well below 50. And we definitely stocked up, and we burned right through all that. We got to definitely cool down to at least 50 on the RSI, in my personal opinion. So I'd be looking for a retracement to the 382. If we don't hit the 382, the next stop's the main support, in my personal opinion. And I think $10 would actually be a reasonable retracement. It'd actually be a healthier retracement than the 382. Coming down here, we would not actually retrace that much on the RSI or the MACD. And we wouldn't have enough fuel to run. I think we would just stall out. We need to come back down and fuel back up before we make another run. So if you're in the PLU, I'd personally look for a decent sized retracement here before we start heading back up. And I think the first stop on the retracement is at 382 at 160, and the next stop's going to be around 1025. We'll assess the situation at a later date, but I'm going to circle this right now because personally I think we're going to be heading down here. Not in a dramatic drop. I think it might be a ladder down effect because the people who bought in here are still hoping that it's going to sell, and it's going to be a gradual bleed out effect until all this down here resets. I've been charting for a while now, and nothing runs forever, and this definitely maxed out in my personal opinion. So let's just keep an eye on a slight retracement before we head back up for PLU. Wow, my volume's low. Can you guys hear me better now? I maxed out my volume right now. So hopefully I get this all fixed. Hoop on the Discord pointing me to a adapter that actually is supposed to help out with speed and everything like that. If you don't know a little bit about me, I live out in BFE. Wife wanted a big house with not a lot of people around, and I grew up in an area with not a lot of people around. I like, hunting and fishing and stuff like that. So I live out in the middle of nowhere with a point-to-point internet connection. So I'm one of those people on BFE that like crypto. So that's what I'm doing right here. So I'm trying to improve my speed and stuff so I can get my information out to you guys. I appreciate you guys dealing with all this. Hopefully once the channel starts taking off, I'll have all this stuff figured out. That's hopefully. But for the time being, let's keep an eye on a decent retracement for PLU. I don't think it's going to be taking off anymore unless you guys know the catalyst that caused this. Because there was something that caused this, unless some millionaire group decided, hey, let's pump this random coin for no reason. Yeah, honestly, I don't mind being out here. I don't mind living where I live right now. After college, I moved to a city type area. I know we're not even talking about crypto right now, but a little bit about charting crypto. Went to college for 6 years after that. I actually graduated college, got married, and moved into my new place all in 1 week. Believe that or not. Imagine stressful situation right there. Yeah, I moved into an apartment into a pretty busy area, and I did not like that at all. So gradually got enough money to buy a house, moved out into BFE, and love it. Just wish I had faster internet. That's the only downfall. But enough about me. Back to the TA. Let me go through the chats here real quick. So I've been hearing that I've had a lot of volume issues. So if I sound better, let me know. If not, I'm just going to continue talking. So with that, we had PLU. Yeah, PLU ripped. Personally, I'd be very, very, very hesitant on buying in right now. Just keep an eye on the retracement. Hola, I can hear you loud and clear, Captain. Good. So got it all figured out. Okay, so we're all caught up. You know what? My baby PBX actually made me feel a little happy on a Monday today. If you don't know me, this is your first time in a live stream or you haven't been here for a while, I'm a big believer on PBX. I've been loading up for a while now. Own a little bit over 2 million PBX coins. It's gonna be my saving grace, hopefully. Not saving grace. I mean, it's probably one of my biggest bags, but if it goes, man, it goes. Had a nice pump today on PBX. We unfortunately tagged out at the 618 and are retracing back down to the 5. Oh, no, we actually tagged out at the 385 for PBX. I think I'm actually done accumulating PBX. I know I said that a while ago. But I really got to start looking at other coins, especially with the way market is right now and the great buying opportunities we have. So for PBX, I'm going to keep an eye on a retracement to 4.7. Then hopefully that is going to be the pump. Hopefully this is the start of a higher high and higher low. Hopefully this is a low here and we continue up for something like this on PBX. That's my hope for the time being. I think a lot of coins hopefully bottom. The SEC meeting, I believe, starts on the 3rd from what I heard, which is tomorrow. And judging from what I've heard, we usually have a pump after the SEC meetings. So if that's the case, this was the optimal buying in opportunity for quite a few coins, was that big capitulation that a lot of people were frantic about. But if we look at a lot of coins right now, if I'm just looking at PBX, if I'm personally looking at PBX right now, MACD is high, RSI is a little bit above 30. I do think we're going to have a retracement and hopefully a pump up to approximately 7,007 on PBX. But it all depends on those SEC meetings go. I mean, people get all hyped up about it and start freaking out and stuff, but I don't know how many of those bad boys we had, but I was watching Vision Pulse yesterday and he was saying, he pointed out how every time recently, I think he said like the last 5 or 6 SEC meetings we had, we had a really decent pump after that. So we're going to keep a close eye on that, guys. I'm really hoping that's the case for this one too, and we start reversing out of this. This is what I think is going to happen for PBX anyways. With that, since Zgoth isn't on, I got to do my quant so I can tell him, hey man, I already did it. Yeah, Quant's still riding that downtrend hard. We're actually doing what I said. I think last time I talked about it, I said, hey, it looks like we kind of stalled out right here. So Quant's looking like it's really, really desperate to break over that downtrend. So I would actually keep an eye on this testing the downtrend one more time. I drew a fib on this earlier. What did I draw this off of? The bottom right there to the top right there. Yeah, either we're heading back up to this downtrend or Quant's going to make a new low right here at $90. So I think that's the next step for Quant is if we don't break the 786, if we don't get a green candle here in 8 minutes, the next candle starts in 8 minutes. If Quant doesn't get a candle in 8 minutes, I think we're heading back down to 90. And if you look at the MACD is curling back down. It looks like they're about to cross over and become bearish again. RSI is curling back down on Quant as well. So if we just go off these indicators and go off the history of Quant being in a downtrend since March 29th, I would rather put my money on Quant going down to $90 than breaking above this downtrend personally. So if I wanted to buy in Quant right now, and this is not financial advice, I'd put a buy-in order in it at $90. And if it got filled, it got filled. If not, so be it. But I think there's a better chance than not of Quant retracing back down to 90. I really want to be bullish on Quant for the Discord people because I know I have a lot of Quant friends in the Discord channel, but you can't ignore the indicators and the downtrend right here. The indicators MACD is about to cross over and flip bearish. RSI is curling back down, so I'd keep an eye on a $90 bounce for Quant. I'm not saying we're at a hard candle down there. I mean, we could actually have a red candle here and a big fat wick down to 90 and reverse from there, but inevitably, I think a $90 buy-in order for Quant would actually fill soon. Yo, Craig, welcome to the Charting Crypto OG Club. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we fall below $90, though, and we zoom out, we're going to actually have to pull out and look at a deeper chart. So you can see back here, we actually wicked down to 83. We didn't hard candle. The last time we actually hard candle, if we look back in this area, I'll try to zoom in a little bit closer here. The last time we were down this low, we had this consolidation period on Quant, and we hard candled briefly below 90 before we had this massive reversal right here. That's why I'm saying if we tag 90, it's not going to be with a hard candle, it's going to be with a wick. And I think once we do that, we're going to have a reversal right here. Let me zoom out real quick. I actually learned something new on hang on. Yeah. Let me try something real quick. I've been messing around with TradingView, and I kind of learned something new today. So if we had that reversal, see, you can actually trace something and move it. If we had the reversal, and this actually played out off that reversal, how it peaked just below it, and if it played out just like that, we'd actually bump up to $127 off that run. But history never repeats, it just rhymes. So if we have this capitulation like back here, I'd keep not saying we're going up here. I just wanted to actually use this tool for once. But it actually does play out pretty well if this actually happened. But I'd keep an eye on a $90 bounce off Quant. Hey bro, you should check out the normalized MACD. It gives a slightly earlier prediction. What's that called in the indicator? It's actually called normalized MACD. Send it over in the Discord channel. I might pop it on real quick and we can try messing with it on the live stream. But yeah, if we dip below 90, I actually do think we're going to be bouncing pretty hard. I think 90 is going to be a bottom just like it was back in early January. Then you had that big run up. And this would actually still validate this downtrend. You can see actually when we had that run up, validate this trend that we were in. So Yo, is Ape still shit in the bed? Man, Ape was absolutely, well, the thing, you know what I thought of today? I was at work today and I was thinking about crypto because shit in the bed, that KNC actually starts shit in the bed too. Like, Ape was running, KNC's been running since pretty much the beginning of the year, which I think is definitely going to have a decent size retrace. Ran that long, why is that going to all of a sudden start shit in the bed? I mean, it absolutely ignored all Bitcoin drops. But Ape, I think this is because of that metaverse launch. Now, you know, sell or buy the rumor, sell the news. 9 p.m. Was it yesterday? 9 p.m. the day before yesterday was when that metaverse launched, or was it yesterday it launched? And it was pretty much at 10 o'clock, like an hour after that metaverse launched, ApeCoin started absolutely dropping hard. I think I can actually do a compare here. Let me see if I can compare this to KNC, if I can figure out how to do this. I know I can do that. Compare. Here we go. Because I was actually looking at these earlier. I didn't do this personally, but I actually wanted to do this after I got home, but I haven't done it. So we're just going to do it in the live stream and compare these two. How they were both running very, very similar, and they both kind of peaked out here on the 28th and both started bleeding out at the same time. I thought that was very, very interesting. I know they're not tied together whatsoever, and I mean, they technically don't follow each other, but they both peaked out pretty much on the same day before they started retracing. I thought that was kind of interesting. But the thing about ApeCoin, I'm going to get rid of this KNC comparison. The thing about ApeCoin right here is we bounced off the 786. MACD is actually curling up to become bullish. RSI hasn't curled up yet, but it's starting to tail off as well. So I'd actually keep an eye on the bottom of $14 at Ape for the time being. I think this green or the blue line is going to start curling up and we're going to start having a crossover here. I think Ape's going to start curling up and become bullish again. I don't know if we're going to be heading up to take out this high, but for the time being, you can't shit the bed this long without a recovery. I mean, you got to wash those sheets eventually, right? So once you bounce off the 786 right here, I think we're going to be heading up towards the 618. I think we're going to blow right through the support at 15.75 and head up to around $17 for Ape. That would actually validate this MACD flipping zero. Flipping zero on the MACD would be at $17. And it's indicating that it wants to. And it's actually doing it rapidly fast. I know we dropped faster than we're recovering, but we're actually recovering pretty good on the MACD. We're not having any stall outs with the same size candle. So I'd keep an eye on a move up from the 786 to the 618 right here at $17. I would personally ignore this main resist. Well, I actually drew that, so that's actually not one. So we can ignore that completely. So I actually think this is the valid move for Ape for the short term. Bounce off the 786, move up to the 628 at $17, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. That'd be the crossover area on Ape. So I think that we could either tag out there, or if we start seeing it crossover in the MACD and the RSI start tailing up high, I don't think we'll be peaking up drastically anytime soon. I don't think we're going to have this run like this. That's what I'm trying to say. I know this was awesome. Everyone hyped about Ape. But I think this was the hype of that metaverse launch. Now the coin is kind of just in the retailer's hands. And when it's off the 786 heading up to the 618, man, I cracked myself up somehow. Hype is the new member. Oh, man. Because you don't have enough money after you pay off your house. But I would really like to just get a part-time job doing what I enjoy. I love being outdoors. I love working outside. I think working like this may sound stupid to some people, like a what are they called? Greenhouses, or we have and whatnot like that. I might be more conservative, but you know, you're able to take. So with that, I haven't looked at the chats in a while. Let's jump back into the chats and see what's going on. Yeah, Ape absolutely wrecked people. KNC, unfortunately, the only reason KNC is heading down is because Chef Natron told me to buy in. KNC, and it's been shit in the bed ever since. So, told you, man, that mojo. You don't want me investing in coins that you that you want to see pump, because it never happens. Who got that good D? Okay, so with that, you know, I talk about this all the time. When I don't get requests, I always jump back to Hakka. And I know I put my fun money into this, but the more I look at it, the more I'm starting to consider it an actual investment opportunity. Just like PLU ran, and PLU was, it reminded me of Hakka actually. Let me see. But the only thing about that is that PLU was actually listed on a major exchange. So Hakka is down 5.9 at 4. I want Hakka to drop down to around 3.5. So just like PLU actually had a lower circulating supply and a lower total supply. And I think the market cap was only 9 or 10 million before today. And that's what I'm banking on with Tribe 1. And it looks like I should have put my money in PLU. But this is the fun money. I need to stop looking at it because then I'll start putting money into it and get wrecked. I can't find the part where you showed a trading view feature. Constantly discovering features. Can you show that again? What part did I show a trading view feature? Oh, the trading view feature. So the trading view feature is, I have my little favorites right here. So that trading view feature is these 3 candles right here. If you go over to this right here, it's called bar pattern. If you go to bar pattern, you can click on bar pattern and click any part of a chart. So say for Hakka, we click the bottom of here and to the top of here. It actually traces that, and we can drag it to any other part of the trading view thing and match it up to see how similar that area is, to see if it's rhyming or copying a similar trend in the trading view channel. So that's one that I actually learned. I actually learned that from Vision Pulse. I try not to watch a lot of YouTube channels, but that guy's kind of interesting. And I think the first time I really watched him was yesterday during his live stream, and he used this, and I had to rewatch it like 5 times to see what button he clicked on. And it's called bar patterns, and it replicates previous areas of a chart, and you're able to drag it to other areas to see how closely they represent that area, to see if there's a trend or some sort of rhyming going on there with that. I thought it was pretty cool, so I adapted it into my strategy. That's no joke. Stay out of my coins. Hey, man, you told me to dip my toe in there. You told me to dip my toe. I told you don't want my toes in there. My toes are nasty. My toes have bad mojo. You learned that firsthand, man. So we'll go over cans. Man, absolutely wrong about KNC. KNC, this is the definition of shit in the bed. You guys need to go to Target and buy some new sheets because these sheets are wrecked. You guys, you guys absolutely destroyed it. Bouncing off the main support at $3.89 right now. It looks like for KNC. MACD is actually curling up to be bullish. RSI actually tagged the 30, so it's looking very good that this might be a good reversal area for KNC. For the short term, let me draw a fib on this to try to back all this up, so I'm not just talking hopium. It actually did bounce off the 618, so what I'm 3. I mean, you guys have been dropping approximately 30% in the last, what is this, 2 days? The cool thing about this is you have a 618 right on top of a main support, so you have double support right here for KNC. So it's going to be very, very difficult to fall below this main support at $3.89. The bad part is if we do drop below $3.89, it's going to be absolute hell to get back over. Give me a second, people.